Hey guys, welcome back to Fan Randoms. We're gonna react to Avatar actors intense underwater training.
Mm, don't get that.
So let's get to it.
From training with freedivers to learning parkour and even filming underwater, Avatar: The Way of Water was one of the most challenging and game-changing films ever made. Here's how the greatest 3D film of all time came to life. Welcome to Explained. After 13 years, it's time to go back to the world of Pandora and live amongst the Na'vi. Like the first movie, James Cameron's second film was also a massive production. So what makes it a bigger masterpiece? A lot of it was literally filmed underwater. So the physical challenges the actors overcame, combined with the unique performance capture systems, is absolutely insane. But how exactly did James Cameron pull this off? For starters, the actors' physical abilities were pushed to the limit. They learned skills like archery.
I can only shoot like a Na'vi. I cannot do archery like a human.
And even parkour. And this, which was particularly difficult for actors like 71-year-old Sigourney Weaver, who plays a teenager.
All the diving and the parkour and all those things, I was determined that I could do everything everyone else could.
But the most challenging was
You watched the second one?
Yeah.
You didn't hear her voice?
I didn't know that little girl was her. I thought it was the other
That
woman.
was her
That's
child.
her copy.
But I know it was her copy. Dad didn't pay attention. I seen the movie though.
What's that called?
They did a.
What's the name alert?
I forgot what they called it.
What's it called? You tell me.
Because who did she have a baby with?
Oh, spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
spoiler. We're talking about scenes in the
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
If you've never seen it, the movie's pretty old now. But you don't know.
That ain't that old.
Yeah.
If you didn't see it.
Yeah. Just spoilers. Okay.
Click off right now if you don't want to hear any or see.
Let's talk about the scenes, Yeah, I thought she hit the baby by the science guy because she kept chilling with him. But if they didn't, then it was a test tube baby that she had with a donor. Most
They
likely,
still didn't make that clear in the movie.
they really didn't.
They were just doing jokes to kids with each other.
But
So he was alone with her a lot.
yeah, because people trying to figure it out. It's definitely gonna be a third one, and I think they're gonna get more into her because she got like superpowers and everything.
Yeah.
filming entire scenes underwater. Usually in films, underwater scenes are filmed on dry land. Remember this scene from the first Avatar film, where a Thanator chases Jake over a waterfall? You can see the stuntman landing in the water and then mimicking the motion of being swept away by the current.
Wow. Stuntman acting in
Then he swims underwater and up to the surface and is pushed towards an object.
Wow.
While this technique may have worked for a short scene, Cameron had to find a more natural way to film longer underwater. Avatar 2.
The way of water connects all things.
So he literally had the cast train with freedivers in Hawaii for months. They learned special techniques to hold their breath for several minutes and stay calm.
We did work with world-renowned free divers that train Navy SEALs. He gets us in a meditative state, and he helps us lower our heart rate. He helps us learn how to, through breathing techniques, like put a lot more oxygen into our bloodstream and eliminate a lot more, carbon dioxide, so that we can sustain our breath.
But the natural urge to breathe can be strong. So Kirk Crack, a highly skilled diving professional and coach, taught them how to distract themselves if that happened.
When the desire to breathe comes, he called it the dirty villain. And you ignore the dirty villain, you go, ha, you, go away. And then you try to do all these mind games, like I used to paint myself blue, pretend, and then I'd sing Speed Bunny Boat, like a, bird on the wing. And anything you can do to keep from thinking about, I really want to breathe.
In fact, some of the actors set records on set, with Sigourney Weaver doing a breath hold for 6.5 minutes, and Kate Winslet holding her breath for 7 minutes and 15 seconds.
Dang, good job.
Hey, they do more.
Am I dead? Oh, I dead.
Very much.
What was that?
What do you think it was?
I don't know. It could have been 6:10. It could have been 7:10.
It was 7:15. If you've enjoyed the video so far and want to see more of these, hit that.
That is so cool.
I love it. I love
They
it.
need to get more credit for that.
Yeah.
That's some hard work. They were dedicated for their roles.
You pay a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, that
This is
true.
intense money. It's like
Well-
100, 400 million, probably more than that. It's crazy.
No,
They do
get paid a
them
lot.
getting paid individually now.
It's still because the
But
first
they
one
did
did
have
got God good,
Yeah.
which I don't know why still, but still. but besides that, I mean, all this stuff it costs money,
Yeah,
a lot. So yeah, so that
to me, the directors and writers are going to get the most money. Actors don't get as much as those people,
Yeah.
unless you're somebody special or know somebody in a special place in Hollywood.
I know somebody.
They know somebody, yeah.
I know
But
somebody.
it's the opportunity of this. As an actor, you get to, push yourself to limits that you never did. This is not acting on a stage or in a controlled environment where it's normal. They got all this stuff all over them, and they gotta still stay in that character. That's man, I've been honored to do that.
That would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think stage actors are more tougher.
It ain't got no gas in it.
Remember your lines, period.
They do that
Yeah,
anyway.
you could cut.
But they do that anyway. Okay, put the big cameras and stuff all over you and pretend like
Look,
you're
it's war, but you could do it.
Okay.
I mean, on stage, everyone watching you, especially, what you gonna say? Oh, can you remember my lines again? You know how embarrassing that is?
That's all
Yeah,
right.
you gotta cut a trillion times.
That to me ain't
That's
nothing.
probably why they be out there for like 10, 20 hours.
Yeah.
The people
I
forget.
think this is harder, but okay.
Like button and subscribe to Explained.
Look at them. Look at this.
Actors also had to master acting out emotional scenes underwater and avoid blinking as much as possible. And this wasn't an easy trick either.
Your movements are very, very different underwater. So rather than sort of sculling all the time or desperately trying to kick your legs to sort of stay in one place, finding that serenity and that calm, that's another thing. So there's all of that to take care of first.
What Jim asked us to do, which was, I thought, hard, was when you're underneath the water, you can't go, you have to pretend you're so happy, you have to go.
While professional underwater gymnasts performed the dance scenes for the movie, the actors had to learn to perform natural fluid movements for other scenes. And to help them move faster and more efficiently when needed, the actors had jetpacks strapped to their hands. They also had underwater scooters that looked like rideable aquatic creatures.
They called me because they had these creatures and stuff underwater. They wanted to make the creatures move, and I had these underwater scooters. I did a movie for Bethany Hamilton, and I turned it into a shark. So the Avatar, when it first started out, they rented a bunch of my underwater scooters, which go like 20 knots or 18 knots underwater really fast, and you can jump out of the water like a dolphin. So they rented those from me, and then they discovered that they probably needed like 30 of them.
The technology behind Avatar is equally mind-blowing. James Cameron built a gigantic pool in the studio that could hold 3.4 million liters or 900,000 gallons of water. That's almost 1.5 Olympic swimming pools or 18,927 bathtubs. But motion capture for an animated 3D film in a pool that large was problematic. Traditionally, multiple motion capture cameras, also called mocap cameras, are used to film in a 3D space. Actors wear motion capture suits with trackers and act out scenes in halls where mocap cameras are mounted on walls and the ceiling. Simultaneously, camera operators shoot reference footage on traditional cameras. But Avatar, The Way of Water was different. A lot of the scenes were filmed underwater, so they had to come up with a new performance capture system. For the scenes on dry land, Cameron used a specifically configured Sony Venice camera with a 3D stereoscopic beam splitting system. Then, to capture the action on the water's surface, he used mocap cameras mounted on the ceiling above the pool. And for the underwater scenes, a large number of special motion capture cameras were built and mounted inside the pool. Even the camera rigs used by the underwater cameramen were specially made. Traditional underwater camera housing wasn't an option for the 3D cameras they were using.
Man, I want to know the budget for this.
I know, it's insane. That's money, boy.
Man, building pools and stuff inside.
That's what took so long to come out with it.
Yeah.
They make me want to watch it again.
Ain't that you appreciate it more?
Yeah.
Sigourney, 71 years old. I don't know how much she was in her 60s probably for the movie, because, you know, since then, I don't know how old she is. But wow, and she's hacking it under the water. You go ahead, girl.
Yeah.
I love
I
it.
grew up watching her, so.
Yeah, me too.
Actually, all of them.
Me
I grew
too.
up watching all of them.
Yeah. She older than me.
Yeah.
On the other hand, the usual IMAX beam splitter rigs weren't an option either because they weigh over 100 kilos. So Cameron got in touch with Powell Actil, who created the Deep X 3D. This rig weighs less than 30 kilos, which isn't a lot when you're floating in water, and they can be operated by just one person. The cameras were also combined with custom Mykonos submersible lenses, which gave them clean, distortion-free 3D IMAX footage. Besides this, the actors wore head-mounted cameras as well and had waterproof markings on their face to record expressions for animations. But there was one last issue. The cameras were having a hard time focusing on the white motion trackers on the actors' suits. So they filled the surface of the pool with thousands of white opaque balls. This helped cut the light reflections in the water without obstructing the actors from reaching the surface whenever they wanted. Avatar: The Way of Water was finally brought to life by VFX house Weta Digital. And one thing's for certain, this film will not only break records once again, it will also transform the future of underwater filming and motion capture. Are there any amazing facts you know about the new Avatar film? Tell us about it in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to Explain.
Yeah, Explain. You did good, man.
He did great.
His name is Explain. Yeah, I love it. That was great. I love behind the scenes. I like knowing why and how. Oh, I love it.
To show more appreciation for it.
Filmmaking is no joke. Tariq talking about he's an underground filmmaker. He said it's hard. It takes time and money.
But I know it got.
Rob Zombie said take the $2 million to do some scenes. For us, it takes a lot.
So that's why they want to be precise when they acting. Don't F up.
Exactly. Can't keep cutting scenes.
Yeah.
No, you can.
Because he brought it up.
No, you can.
But they're not going to want that.
They don't want it, but you can.
But it's still.
Mm.
If you love it, it's worth it. I just love it.
Yeah.
I
I respect Avatar and aspect for the graphics and things. How much work I put into it. So Cameron, good job for that. I'm not impressed with the storyline like that.
No, it's the same old same.
Yeah, and the second one was like a Walt Disney film. It was very typical and.
I cried.
Yeah.
But his son died. Yeah, that felt sad in the whales.
Them whales.
The whales, I love the whales.
whales.
That was good. Yeah, those, but that's about it.
That whale took me out.
That little girl that their son fell in love with her. Don't you look like that mermaid girl? What's her name? That played the mermaid.
Oh.
She looked just like her. She like her twin.
That played on Ariel. Dang, I forget.
Yeah, she's a singer.
Chloe. No, Bailey. That's one of those.
Both Chloe and Bailey.
Well, the one that played the mermaid. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it don't matter. They look like twins. So.
Yeah.
Whoever do this
I think
video,
Bailey.
you can put that picture up, split screen of. Man, you'll see what I mean. I hope you guys enjoyed this.
I pray in my heart that this dream never ends.